Now, so in yesterday's class, so we discussed about what is database, what is DBMS, and what is RDBMS. So mainly three then. So if any organization, if any organization wants to store data, if they want to store data, they have to maintain what database. If company wants to store data, they use database. But to maintain the database, we use a software. What that software is, what type of software we use? DBMS. What type of software? DBMS. Okay. So then, but there are different types of DBMS: hierarchical, network, relational. But which DBMS we use? RDBMS. The most popular one is RDBMS. Okay, then. But which RDBMS we use? Which RDBMS we use? Which RDBMS we use? Oracle. So what we use? DBMS. Which type of DBMS? RDBMS. Which RDBMS? Oracle. Then what is Oracle is? Then RDBMS. Then, so why company use Oracle software? Why company use Oracle? Companies uses Oracle to maintain database. If any company wants to maintain the database, they use what? Oracle. Yes or no? No. Then okay. No. And see, I just discussed about the different RDBMS software. RDBMS, Oracle. What is RDBMS? What is Oracle is? RDBMS is what? RDBMS is concept. RDBMS is concept. Oracle is the what? Oracle is what? Like, okay, now I said, oops, Java. Oops is the concept. Java is the language implemented the futures of oops. RDBMS is what? Concept. Oracle is the software implemented the futures of RDBMS. All are belongs to one family. What that family is? RDBMS family. All these are RDBMS softwares. All this implemented the futures of RDBMS. In Oracle, where you store the data? How you store the data? In tables. Okay. MySQL, where you store the data? Tables. Because in RDBMS, you store the data in the form of tables. Okay. So, and these databases are also called SQL databases. SQL databases. Okay. Then, but there are two more. One is what? NoSQL what? Databases. What are the NoSQL databases? One is MongoDB, another one Cassandra. There are two NoSQL databases. One is MongoDB, another one Cassandra. Okay, then why they are called NoSQL? Because they don't use SQL. They don't use SQL language. Okay, then so then here the data stored in tables. Here the data stored in documents. The data stored in what? Documents. These systems are completely different from what? SQL. So NoSQL is differently, okay, completely different from SQL databases. Okay, then. So, but in this class, we'll see Oracle. Okay, na? Like parallelly, I learn the queries using what? MySQL also, because for Java developers, you need to Oracle and MySQL. Plus, we'll discuss the basics of what's a MongoDB. That basics are enough for you. Okay, then. Okay. Now, sir, in RDBMS, I given the futures. RDBMS, easy to access and what? Manipulate the data. How? Because if you go to the previous, these systems, if you go to the previous systems before RDBMS, you want to access the data. What are the operations? What are the day-to-day operations? Create, read, update, delete. You want to read the data. If you want to read the data, you have to write a big program. You want to update the data, you have to write a big program. You want to delete the data, you have to write a big program. For every small operation, you have to write big program. That means you must be expert in programming to work with the database. So if you want to work with the database, you must be expert in what's it? Programming. But when it comes to RDBMS, in RDBMS, we don't write programs for create, read, update, delete. For basic operations, we don't write programs. You write commands. You want to update the data, there is update command. You want to delete the data, there is a delete command. You want to create the data, there is an insert command. You want to read the data, there is a select command. So for basic operations, we don't write programs, you write commands. The commands are called queries. Okay. That means what the advantage, even if you are not expert in programming, but still you can work with, even if you are not expert in programming, but you can work with database. Okay. Next, in RDBMS, redundancy is what? Less. What is redundancy? Redundancy means what? Duplication of data. What is redundancy means? Repetition of data, duplication of data. So this is called redundancy. Okay. So in RDBMS, redundancy is less. But if you go to this previous system, redundancy is what? More. In before RDBMS, data redundancy is more. In RDBMS, data redundancy is less. Duplication of data. I'll take example to explain that. Okay, then suppose then see some one company is there, that company is storing employees data, employee ID, employee name, salary, and employee. Okay, in companies, software companies, employees works for projects. Employee works for project. What is the project ID? What is the name of the project? What is the duration of the project? What is the cost of the project? Who is the client for the project? Okay. Then employee works for project. What is the project ID? What is the name of the project? What is the duration? Project duration? What is the cost? And who is the client for the project? Like that. So they're storing like this. They're storing like this. This is what this is. I'm explaining just what is the redundancy. What is this is table. Let's say this is one table. Suppose ID is what's that? 100. Employee ID. Name is A. Salary is something. E. Okay. It belongs to this project. Project 10. Something. Name of the project. Something. Duration. 5 years project. Cost is suppose 800 crores. Who is the client is some Tata Motors. Okay. Then see, this is one employee. This one employee belongs to this project. He is assigned to this project. Let's take another employee, 101. Name is B. Salary something. He also assigned to the same project. Huh? Only one employee works for one project or multiple employees? Multiple employees. This employee too also assigned to project 10. So 5, 800. Next one, Tata Motors. Who is the client is? Tata Motors. Employee 102 also assigned to project 10. Okay, employee 102 also assigned to project like 10. Okay, this is also what Tata Motors. Understood? That means here, number of employees assigned to the same project. Okay, then here, what is the problem here? These details are what? Sir, here there are 3 employees assigned to the same project, not 3 employees. Let's say 20 employees. 20 employees assigned to the same project. For all the 20 employees, project IDs, for all the 20 employees, project IDs same, name is same. Okay, na? Cost is same, duration is same, client is also same. So for all the 20 employees, this data is what's that? Repeated. What is this is called? Okay, na? For all the 20 employees, these details are repeated, na? What is this is called? Repetition of data, duplication of data. This is called redundancy. What is this is? Redundancy, duplication of data. Okay. But if table contains redundancy, if the data is redundancy, what the problem is? If redundancy is there, this is called redundancy, repetition. Na? Then if redundancy is there, what the problem is? Memory wastage. But than memory wastage, the problem is updation is a problem, deletion is a problem, insertion is a problem, operations are problem. So, like suppose 1 second, sir, after some days, like after some months, they want to change the duration. They want to change. In the beginning, estimated is 5 years. After some 1 or 2 years, they want to change this duration to 6 years. Then what you have to do? You have to what? Update. Change, na? Change. The change is called update. You have to update. But how many rows you have to update? How many rows you have to update? 20 rows. You have to update 20 rows. Yes. You have to update what's it? 20 rows. Okay. Then next one. They want to change this cost also. When duration changes, cost also changes. How many rows you have to update? 20 rows. Updation is a problem or not? Yes. So when table contains redundancy, updation is a problem, insertion is a problem, deletion is a problem. So this employee resigned. This employee is resigned. I delete. So this employee is also resigned. Delete. Now I'll ask. So like what is the project ID name? What is this 10? Project 10 name. What is the project 10 name? You can give the answer. Yes. Who is the client for this project? Tata Motors. What is the duration of the project? 5 years. You can give answer. This employee also resigned. You delete. I'll ask project 10 name. Then I'll ask what is the project 10 name? KKK. What is the project duration? 5 years. What is the cost? 800. Like this. This employee also resigned. Delete this. When employee resigns, you delete. So when you delete, then now I'll ask project 10 name. Can you answer? No. Project 10 duration. Can you answer? No. Along with the employee's data, project data is also, along with the employee's data, project data is also deleted. You're losing the project data along with employees data. Okay. Then, so what is this is? So if table contains redundancy, operations are complex, operations are difficult, insertion is difficult, updation is difficult, deletion is difficult. Then this is in before RDBMS. But in RDBMS, what they do, okay, then what they don't store the data in one table, they store the data in separate tables. They don't store the data in what's it? One table. They store the data in what? Separate tables. Okay. Then, so what they do? In one table, they store project ID, project name, project what? Duration, project cost. Who is the client for the project? Project is 10. Name is something. Duration 5 years. cast something, client Tata Motors. Okay. So they don't store data in one table. They store data in what? Separate tables. Project data stored in project table. Employees data stored in employees table. Okay. Project data stored in project table. Employees data stored in employees table. Suppose here, employee 1, A, salary, something 5,000, project 10. Employee 2, suppose is also assigned to project 10. Employee 3 also assigned to project 10. Okay. Now, if number of employees working for the same project, if number of employees working for the same project, here what is repeated? Here what is repeated? Project ID is repeated. But earlier, what is repeated? Earlier, I taken one example now. What is repeated? Project ID, name, duration, cost, client. All the details are repeated. Now, what is repeated? Only project ID is what? Repeated. So that means redundancy is reduced or not? Yes or no? Yes. Redundancy is what, sir? Reduced. Okay. Then suppose you want to change the project duration. How many rows you have to update? You want to change the project duration. How many rows you have to update? One row. You want to change the cost. How many rows you have to update? One row. Okay. This employee resign. When this employee resigns, you are losing what? Employee's data. Are you losing the project data? No. Okay. If employee resigns, you delete employee data. But project data is deleted? No. Okay. Then. So project data is not deleted. Okay. Na? Then only employee data is what? Deleted. Understood? Then. Okay. So like in RDBMS, listen, in RDBMS, what we can do, we can store the data in, okay, na? In RDBMS, we can store the data in separate tables, not in single table. We can store the data in separate tables. We can establish the relationship by using primary key, foreign key. We can store the data in separate tables and we can establish the relationship by using what? Foreign key and primary key. What is foreign key? What is primary key? We'll be knowing that. Okay. Understood. So that is possible in RDBMS, but not possible in this one. 5 FMS, HDBMS, NDBMS. It is not possible. So that's why redundancy is what, sir? More. But in RDBMS, redundancy is what? Less. Sir, understood? Okay. Then now next. So then next one. And what's that? What is the next one is? More security. More security. More security. So in RDBMS, not everyone can access what's that? Database. Only authorized users can access what? Database. Okay. Then before RDBMS, files, HDBMS, NDBMS, everyone can. Okay. Now security is what, sir? Less. When it comes to RDBMS, security is what? More. Okay. Suppose, for example, I want to access Oracle database. To access Oracle database, I open this. Okay. I want to access Oracle database. Then now what it is asking? Username. So without giving, suppose username, it is asking username and password. Suppose without giving username and password, then you cannot connect. What it is saying? Invalid username, password, log on, denied. Okay. Then suppose I'm giving something like this, batch 30. Next one, what's that? Oracle. What is batch 30 is? Username. Oracle is what? Password. Batch 30 is username. Oracle is what? Password. It is there already there in my system. Okay. Then, so now connected. Okay. See, not everyone can access what? Not everyone can log into Oracle and access what's that? Database. Only authorized users can access what? Database. If you got user ID password, you can access database. If you don't have user ID password, you cannot access database. That means the database is like RDBMS is secured or not? Yes. More security. Next one. And guarantees what's the data quality? Guarantees data quality. What is data quality means? What is data quality means? Okay, simple. Data quality. If data is correct, quality is there. If data is not correct, quality is not there. Data quality means data is correct. Data is valid. Quality is there. Data is invalid. Quality is not there. Example. Suppose you see this. This is the table. ID. Next one, name. Next one, salary. ID is 100. Name is A. Salary is 5,000. ID is 100. Name is blank. Salary minus 2,000. Tell me, this is valida, invalida? Huh? This data is valida, invalida? Invalid. Why? Okay, then why it is invalid? Because this ID is already given to one employee. The same ID should not be given to another employee. Name should not be blank. If person is there, name must be there. Name cannot be empty. Can you say I don't have name? No. So if person is there, compulsory name must be there. Name cannot be blank. Name cannot be empty. And salary cannot be negative. Salary must be always positive. So this is valida, invalida? Invalid. Okay. Then RDBMS doesn't accept this invalid data. Even if user is trying to enter invalid data, RDBMS doesn't allow this data. Okay, na? RDBMS, what's it? It doesn't allow. It doesn't allow this invalid data. That means in RDBMS, you store only valid data. You don't store invalid data. Even if you try to insert invalid data, the system will not accept. Understood or not? Then. So that means in RDBMS, quality is guaranteed or not? Data quality is guaranteed. That means RDBMS stores only valid data. It will not store invalid data. Okay, then next one. What the next one is? Supports what's it? Data sharing. Supports data sharing. Okay, what is the meaning? Data sharing means is a database. RDBMS is for single user, multi-user, multiple users. Database is not for single user. Database is for multiple users. RDBMS database can be accessed by multiple users at the same time. RDBMS database can be accessed by multiple users at the same time. Example. Okay. Book my show. Okay, na? You can log into Book My Show, book the ticket for same movie, same theater at the same time. Only one customer can log in or number of customers? Number of customers can log into Book My Show, can book the ticket for same movie, same theater at the same time. Yes. So because Book My Show uses what? Book My Show uses what? RDBMS. Book My Show uses RDBMS database. IRCTC. You know IRCTC. Number of customers can log into IRCTC, can book the ticket for same train at the same time. How? Because IRCTC uses what? RDBMS. Okay, na? The train database is maintained by using RDBMS. Okay, then understood. So if they use DBMS, then multiple users cannot log into database. If they use what's that? File management system. If they use HDBMS, if they use NDBMS, multiple users cannot log into, okay, na? Database. But if they use RDBMS, multiple users can log into database. Okay, then next, supports sharing. Sharing is possible. Okay, then next one, supports what's it? Transactions. Money related transactions can be easily implemented in RDBMS. Money related transactions. Example, every day we use phone pay. Every day we use what's it? Phone pay. Okay, na? Using phone pay, what we do? Money transfer. Transfer from your account to vendor account. You use Metro. Okay, like you can use phone pay. So your amount is transferred from your account to Metro account. Understood or not? Then, so, but that type of transaction, they are called money related transactions. That money related transactions can be easily implemented in RDBMS. Then phone pay uses what? RDBMS. Phone pay uses what? RDBMS. Okay. Then, so, and that is called actually, what is this is called? Acid properties. What is that is called? Acid. Okay. Then, what is A means? A means what's it? Atomicity. C means consistency. I means isolation. D means durability. Then supporting transactions means supporting acid properties. But leave it. At present, you leave it. What is acid? Because there is a separate topic is there. We'll discuss. So there is a topic called transactions topic. That time we'll discuss what is this acid. Okay. Then, so that what are there? These four are called what's it? Transaction properties. They're called transaction properties. Okay. Then atomicity, consistency, isolation, what's that? Durability. So RDBMS supports acid. Okay. But FMS, HDBMS, NDBMS doesn't support what's that? Acid. Understood that? Okay. Now, next. Now, like, just see. Sir, first one, easy to access. How? How it is easy to access. Then what is your answer? Because in RDBMS, we don't write programs, we write commands. We write commands. Okay. Then, so everyone easy. Like everyone who is not having programming skills also can work with database. Next one, less redundancy. Less redundancy. Okay. Then how redundancy is reduced? Instead of storing the data in one place, we divide the data, we store the data into multiple tables. We don't store the data in one table, we store the data in multiple tables and establish the relationship by using foreign key and primary key. Okay. Then next one, more security. Then only authorized users can access what's it? Database. Not everyone can access database. Only authorized users can access what? Database. And guarantees what? Data quality. Okay. So RDBMS stores only valid data. It will not store invalid data. Supports what? Data sharing. Okay. Then data sharing. So multiple users can access what? Database at the same time. Supports what? Transactions. Money related transactions can be easily implemented in RDBMS, but difficult in other systems. Okay. Then understood. Then so this is also they'll ask questions like what is the they'll ask difference between what DBMS and what's it RDBMS. Okay. Then so DBMS, you just give this. I given the list now. DBMS means this, like DBMS means this one. File management system, hierarchical network, like this. Okay. Because HDBMS also store the data in the form of files only. NDBMS also store the data in the form of files only. Okay, then. So DBMS, what is the difference? Then stores data in files, but RDBMS stores data what in tables. Okay, then. Oh, then like okay, then we write what's it like okay, then so operations are what's it DBMS. Operations are complex. Why? Because you write what programs. You write programs. Then you have to write programs. Okay, for right we have to write programs for basic operations like what CRUD. Then okay, then so like uh, we don't need to write what's it programs. Okay, then write what we write queries means write queries means what commands uh, write commands for basic operations. Then next, so DBMS what more redundancy here, what less redundancy. Okay, in DBMS redundancy is more, but in RDBMS redundancy is less. uh, uh, See, less security. Okay, but here what more security. And next, and it doesn't support what data what's the quality. Then but supports data quality. Data quality or data integrity. Then next one, DBMS is for single users. For what? Single users, but this supports multi user. Then for single user. Okay, then next, doesn't support what ACID. Doesn't support ACID. This supports what ACID. Okay, then okay. So what are these? These are all what's that differences between that DBMS and RDBMS. Okay, then uh, okay. You're all freshers now. Freshers, yes. Okay, na? Yeah. Because freshers, okay, then they start with in interviews, they start with basics. They don't directly go to what's in depth. Experience, they don't ask basics. They don't ask, tell me what is DBMS, tell me what is RDBMS. They don't ask. They ask questions related to projects because they're all experienced. They ask questions related to projects. What is your project? Explain your project. So what queries you are written in your project? Tell me some complex query written in your project. They'll ask like that. But if it is a fresher, they'll ask what? Basics. So maybe they start with, tell me what is DBMS, what is RDBMS? Tell me the difference between these two. Okay, na? Then they can estimate your knowledge. They'll understand whether you got the like knowledge or not. Okay, so that's why they start with basics. Then, so now, if anyone asks you, okay, na? Then if anyone asks you, sir, tell me the futures of Oracle. Then, if they ask you, tell me futures of Oracle, give this features, give this list. Yes or no? If they ask, tell me the futures of MySQL, tell me the futures of MySQL, give this list. Because all these are what? RDBMS futures. They're applicable to Oracle, they are applied to MySQL, applied to SQL, applied to all this. Sir, got it? Understood or not? Then, so if they ask Oracle, features of Oracle means just give this. Oracle, accessing is easy, redundancy is less, Oracle provides more security, Oracle guarantees data quality, supports data sharing, supports transactions. You just give this list. Okay, then. Okay. Now, just one more is there. What is that is? ORDBMS. Then ORDBMS. Ah, what is this is? Okay, what is this is? This is what? Object, what's that? Relational DBMS. Okay, object relational DBMS. Then you can say it is the combination of RDBMS and OOPS. You can say it is a combination of what? It is a combination of RDBMS and OOPS. Then, so means we can say RDBMS is equal to RDBMS plus OOPS. RDBMS is equal to RDBMS plus OOPS. Okay, then. Okay. So what they did, in addition to RDBMS, they added what? In addition to RDBMS, they added OOPS concept and released a new DBMS called ORDBMS. To the existing RDBMS, some extra concepts are added. Extra concepts are related to OOPS and introduced what? A new DBMS called ORDBMS. Okay. So ORDBMS is combination of RDBMS and OOPS. What is the main concept of OOPS? What is the main concept of OOPS? Huh? What is the main concept of OOPS? Like if I say OOPS concept means you can give encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, polymorphism, yes or no? But what is the main concept of OOPS is? OOPS is introduced because of two reasons. What are the two reasons? One is what? Security. Another one, what's it? Reusability. OOPS is introduced because of two, security and reusability. Any concept you take in OOPS, either it is related to security or it is related to reusability. Encapsulation is related to security. Abstraction related to security. Inheritance related to reusability. Polymorphism related to reusability. Any concept you take, oops, either it is related to security or it is related to reusability. But in here, we don't need security. We don't need security. Why? Because RDBMS provides what? RDBMS provides what, sir? Security. Security is not taken from oops. What is taken from oops? Reusability is taken. Then security is not required because RDBMS provides what? Security. So security is not taken from oops. What is taken from oops? Reusability is taken from oops. Okay. Then, so what the difference is? RDBMS, what's it? RDBMS doesn't support reusability, but ORDBMS supports reusability. RDBMS doesn't support reusability, but ORDBMS supports reusability. That's a difference between RDBMS and ORDBMS. Sir, ORDBMS is not completely different. ORDBMS is not completely different from RDBMS. It is an extension to RDBMS. What concepts are extended? What concepts are added? Reusability concepts are added. Okay, then. But how reusability is introduced, we'll see that. Okay, na? Then. After going to the actual codes, you'll understand how reusability is added. Okay, then. So, but when it comes to then, sir, what are the futures? Same, you give the same futures plus what? Plus reusability. Okay, then what can be reused? What can be reused? Huh? Tables. What can be reused? Tables. Because here you stored the what the structure we use in RDBMS? Tables. Tables can be reused. We can reuse the tables. Then how means we'll see. Now, what are the examples? Okay, then sir, Oracle what up to 7 version. It is RDBMS. Versions are there. Like Java versions are there. Na? What? Java versions? Huh? 21. Na? 8, 10, 11, 20, 21. Yes or no? Java versions are there. Na? Like that, Oracle versions are there. Okay. So 7, 8, 9. What is the latest version is 23. Oracle. What is the latest version is 23. Okay. Then up to 7 version, it is what? Up to 7 version. Oracle is RDBMS. Then next, Oracle from 8 version. Oracle from 8 version. What is this is? RDBMS. Starting from 8 version, Oracle is RDBMS. Now current version is 23. If I ask what is 23? 23 is what? RDBMS or RDBMS? RDBMS. Okay. Right from the 8 version onwards. So it is what? RDBMS. Then okay. Like even if you just go and see yet, then like suppose like RDBMS WhatsApp examples. Okay, na? Then RDBMS examples. Okay. Okay, let it be then. See that. Like examples of RDBMS includes what? PostgreSQL, developed by PostgreSQL Global Development. Next one, what's that? Oracle Database, Informix, SQL Server, Greenplum. Like these are all examples of what? They're all examples of what? RDBMS. Like Oracle is one example. Another one, what? PostgreSQL. Okay. And next one, what? Microsoft SQL Server. So all these are examples for RDBMS. Basically, RDBMS, and also supports RDBMS. Okay. Now, if anyone asks you, now tell me what is Oracle means. What is your answer? Oracle is basically RDBMS product and also supports features of RDBMS. Basically RDBMS and also support the features of RDBMS. And it is used for what? It is used to maintain what's that? Database. If any company wants to maintain the database, they use Oracle. Okay, then now next. So this is enough. This knowledge is enough before we start the actual course. Okay, then this is enough before we start the actual course. So like in this, what you learned, what is database plus what is DBMS, what is RDBMS, what is RDBMS. Okay, plus we also discussed the difference between what's it, DBMS and what RDBMS. So this is what discussed. Okay, then okay. So if it is okay for you, then there is small one topic is there. We'll discuss. Then next we'll go to Oracle. Otherwise, if you want, you can start me. If you want, we'll start Oracle on. Huh? We'll start Oracle. Huh? Huh? Okay. See, okay, na? Then there is one. What is that is database? What's it? Development. What life cycle? Then we'll discuss this. Next, we'll start definitely. Okay. So database development life cycle. What is this is? This is what are the steps like you take TCS. Okay, na? So TCS wants to develop a database for some company. Suppose there is a bank, one bank is there. TCS wants to develop a database for bank. So TCS will follow some steps to develop the database. Yes or no? What are the steps that companies follows to develop the database? That is called database development lifecycle. You understood? What are the steps they follow to develop what's a database? That is called development life cycle. Okay. Then what are the steps? One is analysis, next design, next development, next testing, next implementation, next maintenance. Analyze, design, develop, test, implement, maintain. You know this? Huh? What are they are called? Actually, they are called like, see, these steps, what I said, if TCS wants to develop database, the TCS company employees will follow some steps. That steps are what? Analysis, design, develop, test, implement, maintain. Okay. Then, so this is not only followed for database development, it is followed for any development. If they want to develop website, they follow these steps. If they want to develop mobile application, they follow these steps. For any development, they follow these steps. That's why this is also called SDLC. SDLC. SDLC means software development life cycle. For developing any software, they follow the steps. But our discussion is about database development. Okay, na? Then. So we are going to discuss, not going to discuss about complete software development. We are going to discuss about database development. Okay. Then see, and it is not only followed by software industry, it is also followed by mechanical industry. This is not only followed by software industry, it is also followed by mechanical industry. Car manufacturer will follow the same steps. Analyze the market. Car manufacturer, what he will do? Analyze the market, design the car, develop the car, test the car, release the car into the market, analyze the market, design the car, develop the car, test the car, release the car into the market. After releasing car into the market, customers will go to showroom, purchase the car, and a maintenance is given to the customer. 1 year free maintenance is given to the customer. Yes or no? So car manufacturer will follow the same steps. Yes or no? Civil engineer also will follow the same steps. Civil industry also will follow the same steps. Okay. So they want to construct a building. They want to sell the building to the customers. They follow the same step. Analyze the market, design the building, construct the building, test, sell the building to the customers. After selling the building to the customers, then give maintenance. 6 months, 1 year free maintenance is given to customers. Okay. Then, so mechanical industry will follow the same step. Civil industry also will follow the same step. Software industry also follow the same steps. Okay. Then, so now, but our discussion is about what's that database. Okay. Then, so suppose one bank is there. Okay. Just then once again. Then, so like one bank is there. Okay. That bank is not using database system. They're not using computerized database system. They're using manual system. Manual system means everything is recorded in books. Every transaction is recorded in what's it? Books. Nowadays, no bank is there like that. Every bank is using what? Database system. Just assume. So every transaction is recorded in what's it? Books. But they are facing some problems with manual system. They want to go for database system. That bank wants to use database system. Then what they do? What they do? They contact what bank? Bank will contact what? Software companies. Because they cannot develop now. Then they contact what? Software companies. And software companies will develop the database for bank. Then what software company, like example TCS? What TCS will do? TCS will study the manual system. TCS, they are using manual now. First TCS will study what's it? Manual system. What are the drawbacks of manual system? They identify the drawbacks of manual system. Okay. Then, so what are the disadvantages of manual system? Drawbacks of manual system. Then next, what are the advantages of DBMS system, database system? So then they'll identify, okay, whether what is the cost for developing the database system? What is the hardware required? What software is required? Whether company can bear the cost or not. So they do this. What is this is called? What is this is called? Analysis. Study the manual system, identify the problems of manual system, identify the advantages of database system, identify the cost for developing the database system, identify the softwares, identify the hardware. They do this. What is this is called? Analysis. Analysis is completed. Once analysis is completed, TCS will prepare a report. That report is given to the client. But this is the like what? Okay. Study. Then they prepare the report. That report is submitted to client. Then client will decide whether to go for what? Database system or to continue the manual system. So they found number of advantages are there with database system. They go for database system. But they found that database system is somewhat expensive. They can't like spend this money. Okay, na? Then they what they will do? They will continue with what's it? Manual system. So decision can be either continue the manual system or go for database system. Suppose assume they decided to go for database system. They found number of advantages are there with database system. So they decided to go for database system. Then next comes what? What the next comes? Next comes what's it? Design. Next comes design. Okay. Then. So what is design is? Okay. What is design? Design. What is design? Designing database means what? Huh? Like designing building means what? Huh? Designing building. Designing building means what? Designing building means designing what? Designing the floors, designing the rooms. Yes or no? So designing database means what? Designing database means designing what's it? Designing tables. Because in database, how you store the data? In the form of tables. So designing database means designing what? Tables. Okay. Then, so who designed the tables? Who designed the tables? Who designed the buildings? Who designed the buildings? Civil engineers or architects. Okay, na? Then who done B Tech Civil or B Arc? You know, na? B Arc? Yes or no? Then who designed the database? Okay. So database is what? Designed by database. What's it? Designers or architects. Okay. So the database is designed by database designers or database architect. Okay. Then how database is designed? Database is designed by using what? Okay, na? Database is designed. So how civil engineer will design the building? He use some tools now for designing the building. He use some tools. What are the tools? Like, sir, if it is a simple building, he'll use what? Drafted, pen, pencil, scale, etc. If it is a complex building, malls, to design the complex building, they use CAD CAM. They use what? CAD CAM software. You know CAD CAM? They use CAD CAM software for designing the what? Big complex buildings. But if it is a small building, he'll use manually. He'll do that manually. Okay. Then, so similarly, how database is designed? Database is designed by using two tools. One is what? One is ER model. Another one, what? Normalization. Database is designed by using two techniques. One technique is ER model. Another technique is what? Normalization. So these two are database design tools. Okay. Then what is ER stands for? Entity relationship. Then ER stands for entity relationship. Okay. Then so tell me, what are these two, sir? What are these two? If anyone asks you what is ER model, okay, na? What is ER model? ER model is what? Database design technique, database design method. So this ER model is used for designing the database. Designing the database means designing what, sir? Designing database means designing tables. So ER model is used for designing the tables. Normalization is also used for designing the tables. So both techniques are used for designing the tables. Understood or not? Okay, na? Then. So now, maybe you think, sir, designing the tables, what is that? Simple, na? Designing the table, simple. Okay, na? Employee table, employee ID name, customer table, customer ID name, address. Okay, it's not simple. Designing database is not simple. Okay, see, like suppose real-time databases contain thousands of tables. Real-time databases contains what? Thousands of tables. Designing thousands of tables is not simple task. It is difficult task. Understood on that? Then, sir, here, see, a fresher can be part of what? A fresher can be part of development. But a fresher cannot be part of what? Design. For design, they ask experience. For development, they don't ask experience. Okay, na? So you are a fresher, you can be part of development. You are a fresher, you cannot be part of what? Design. Because for design, what you need? Experience. Why? Sir, here, development. So if you want to develop, what is required? To develop the database, what is required? Technical knowledge. Oracle, SQL, PLSQL is required to develop the database. You understood that? To develop the database, what is required? To develop the database, what is required? Oracle knowledge. If you got Oracle knowledge, you can simply develop the database. SQL, PLSQL knowledge. That means developer requires what? Developer requires technical knowledge. Yes or no? Then how you get the technical knowledge? How you get the technical knowledge? How you acquire the technical knowledge? You acquire the technical knowledge by attending the class, coming to this, coming to the Oracle class, coming to this session, you get the technical knowledge. Yes or no? After 2 months, after 2.5 months, you'll get the technical knowledge. Okay. Then, but for design, what is required? For design, what is required? For design, what is required? Technical knowledge plus domain knowledge. For designing the database, what is required? Two. What are the two? Technical plus domain knowledge. What is domain knowledge means? What is domain knowledge means? See, you want to design a database for bank. To design a database for bank, you need knowledge on banking industry. To design a database for bank, you need knowledge on what? Banking industry. You want to design a database for insurance company, you need knowledge on insurance industry. To design a database for pharma company, you need knowledge on pharma industry. Understood on that? Then for development, what is required? For development, what is required? Technical knowledge is enough. You don't need any domain knowledge. For designing, what is required? Technical plus domain. How you get the technical knowledge? By taking the course. How you get the domain knowledge? Is a here anyone is there? He gives domain knowledge. Anyone is there gives domain knowledge? No. Even if someone gives, nobody will attend. Yes or no? Okay, na? Then how you get the domain knowledge? By experience. If you do 1 or 2 projects in banking, automatically you'll get the knowledge on what? Banking industry. If you do 1 or 2 projects in insurance company, then automatically you'll get the knowledge on what? Insurance industry. Okay. So that is why for design, what is required? Domain knowledge. Okay. That's why they ask what's that? Experience. But development, even if you don't have experience also, you can be part of development. Okay. Then next. What are the next one? What's it? Then development. Sir, here, see, design is ready. Design is ready. See, building plan is ready. Where is the plan? Huh? Building plan is ready. Where is the plan? The plan is there on table. Yes or no? Building plan is ready. So building plan is ready means where is the plan? The plan is there on table. Is a building is, can you see the building? No. Okay. Na? Similarly, database design is ready. That means tables are ready. Where are the tables? Sir, designer is design the tables. Design the tables means tables are ready. Where are the tables? Tables are there on paper. Tables are there on paper. Building plan is ready. Plan is there on paper. Yes or no? So tables are ready. Where are the tables? Tables are there in paper. Then what we have to do? We have to create the tables inside this computer. Yes or no? Sir, can we store the data in paper? No. So create the tables inside the computer and store the data. Yes or no? So creating the tables inside the computer is called development. Okay, na? So designer will design the tables, and after designing the tables are created by developers. Developer will create the tables, designer will design the tables, developer will create the tables. Okay, so then like database is developed. Okay, then database is developed by what? Developers. And what's that? DBAs. What is DBA means? DBA means database admin. So who are involved in development? Who are involved in development? Developers and DBAs. Who are involved in design? Designers and architects. Who are involved in development? Developers and admins. Database admin. Okay. Then, so now database is developed by using any how to design the database by using how to design the database by using how to design the database by using ER model or normalization. How database is developed? Database is developed by using any what? RDBMS tool like Oracle. Now tell me what is Oracle is. Oracle is what? Design tool or development tool? Oracle is used for designing the database or developing the database. Develop. So Oracle is used for database development. Oracle is not used for database design. Okay, then so it comes into the picture in the what? Development process, not in the design process. Okay, now who are involved here? The two people. What are the two people? Developers and what's that? DBAs. Okay, developers and DBAs. Then what is the difference? What is the difference? Developer DBA. Developer DBA. What is the difference is? The difference is what's that? Roles are different. Roles and responsibilities are different. Sir, bank clerk manager, same. Both are employees only, but what is the difference? Roles and responsibilities are different. Manager is involved in some roles and responsibilities. Clerk is involved in some roles and responsibilities. Same. Here, developer and DBA also same thing. So what the difference is? Roles and responsibilities. See, what are the day-to-day activities of developer? One is creating what's it? Tables. One day-to-day activity of developer is what? Creating what's it? Tables. Who design the tables? Designer. Who create the tables? Developer. Designed by designer, created by developer. Okay. Building plan is prepared by civil engineer. Is civil engineer will construct the building? No. Some what people are there? Yes or no? Okay. Then now not only creating the tables, in database we use various objects, not only tables. Table is one of the most important object. Apart from table, we also use some other objects. Example, creating what's it? Views, creating synonyms, creating sequences, creating indexes, creating procedures, creating functions, creating triggers, creating packages, creating writing queries, writing queries. That's all. What are these? These are all day-to-day activities of developer. Okay, na? Then okay, na? Then So like the day-to-day activities of what's it? Developer. The day-to-day activities of developer. Okay. Now, then what are the day-to-day activities of what? DBA, admin. So Oracle DBA. What are the activities of Oracle DBA? Okay. Then, now, sir, okay, na? Now, let's see. 1 second. Okay. Then, let's just a minute. Then, ah, sir, here, 1 second. Suppose a new project is started. Assume a new project is started. A new Java project is started. And for the Java project, they want to use database because every project needs one database. You don't find a single project without database. So a new Java project is started. For the Java project, they want to use Oracle database. Then what DBA will do in that company? There will be one DBA. What DBA will do? DBA will take one system. He'll take one computer. Okay. In that computer, he install what's it? He install what? Oracle. For the new project, they want to use database. Then DBA will take one system. In that system, he install Oracle. After installing Oracle, what is this computer is called? This computer is called server. What is server means? What is server means? Okay, na? Then server is a system where Oracle is installed. Oracle is installed in your laptop. Your laptop can be called as server. Oracle is installed in my laptop. My laptop can be called as server. So wherever Oracle is installed, that system can be called as server. Okay, then. So, and after installing Oracle, then what he will do? He creates what's it? What DBA will do? DBA creates what? Database. DBA creates database for the new project. They want to use database now. Then first install Oracle. After installing Oracle, create database. Create the database for the new project. Then tell me, what are the activity? One of the activity. What? Installation of Oracle. Installation of Oracle. Sir, even if developer don't know installation, no problem. But DBA must know. Even if developer don't know installation of Oracle, okay, no problem. But DBA must know the installation of Oracle. Okay, then next. After installing Oracle, next what? Creating what's it? Database. After installing, then create database. Okay, then. So after installation, you must know how to create what's it? Database. Create the database inside the server. Okay, then next one. So now what is ready? For the new project, what is ready? Server is ready. Inside the server, database is also ready. Suppose, assume there are two developers. Developer 1, developer 2. There are two developers. And there are two developers assigned to work with this database. There are two developers assigned to work with this database. Then every day, what these developers have to do? Every day, boss, these developers have to do what? What they have to do? They have to connect to, they have to connect developer. Developer is provided with a laptop. Company will give a laptop to the developer. Yes or no? Using his laptop, he must connect to the server. Nowadays, developers are working from home. Some developers. Okay, now work from home is there now. Then, so using their laptop, they connect to the server, work with the database. Yes or no? Then But to connect to the server, what is required? See that I want to connect to the Oracle database. To connect to the database, what is required? Login, user ID and password. Like who create the user ID password for developers? DBA. Then, so one of the activities, what? Creating what? User IDs for developers or creating user IDs. Simply say. Okay, then. So installation of Oracle, what's that? Creating what? Database and creating what's that? User IDs. Create the user IDs for developers. Using that user IDs, every day they connect to the database and work with the database. Yes or no? Then next. Sir, here, next. Suppose, and these developers, every day, they connected to server and they're working with what's that? Database. Suppose they created tables. Developers will create what's that? Tables. They created 100 tables. Where all the 100 tables are there, that 100 tables are there in what? Database. Yes or no? Suppose next day, they found that database is gone. Database is corrupted. Database is damaged. Okay. When database is damaged, 100 tables are gone or not? When database is gone, boss, database contains 100 tables. That 100 tables are also gone. Okay. Then that means their effort is wasted or not? Sir, they have been working with since 1 month. They have been working with the database, created 100 tables. That 1 month effort is wasted or not? Yes. Again, they have to spend another 1 month. Yes or no? Okay, na? But no need. You don't need to worry. If database is gone, you don't need to worry. Contact what? Contact admin. Contact admin. Within 2 minutes, he'll recover the database. How? How? How they recover the database? Because they maintain what's their backups. They maintain backups. Then what they do? Every day, this database is copied to what? Then regularly, this database is copied to a file. What is that file? Backup file. Okay, na? Regularly, the database is copied to backup file. Okay. When that backup is useful, when that backup is useful, that backup is useful if original database is corrupted. If original database is damaged, then they can recover the database from the backup. Recovering the database from the backup is called restore. Recovering the database from the backup is called restore. Then see another one. What is the another one? Database, what's that? Backup and restore. Then okay. Then so installation of Oracle. After installation, server, inside the server, create database and create user IDs for developers. Regularly, users creates what's that? Tables. The tables are stored in database and regularly take what's that? Backup. Okay. If original database is corrupted, you can recover the database from the backup. That is called restore. Okay. And so just 3 more are there. Okay. Na? So we'll see that in the next class. It just takes another 10 minutes. Okay. Na? Or 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, then so this will be completed. Then we can start practice. Okay. Na? So we'll see that in the next class. Okay. So if anything is not clear, you can ask any doubts or anything. Huh? So this is all theory. What is this is? This is what? Theory. This is all theory. But once we start Oracle, then practical. Okay. Na? But before going to Oracle, if you got this knowledge, then it is definitely good. Okay. Na? Instead of directly starting what's it? Oracle. So if I directly start Oracle, I'll create the tables. then you don't understand why he is creating the tables. Because Oracle is RDBMS. Now you know, now you understand. Because Oracle is RDBMS. In RDBMS, data stored in the form of tables. That's why he's creating the tables. Now you'll understand. So before you start learning Java, if you know OOPS concept, learning Java will be easy. Similarly, before we go to the actual Oracle, if you know this concept, then learning is what? Easy. Okay? Then. Okay, na? Yeah. Okay. So we'll continue this tomorrow. Huh? Any doubts? Anything? Huh? See, uh, I'll give the notes. I'll share the notes. They once they create Google class, okay, na? I'll share the notes. Okay, then. So creating tables is different. Creating database is different. Okay, na? So first create the database. Inside the database, create tables. Hmm? Heroes. Next class ready. Huh?
Can I get some recording classes as well?
Kalim,
Yeah.
I'm not
Can I
able
get the
to
recording?
hear
Sorry.
your voice.
Yeah, can I get recording classes? Vijay Kumar, can you hear me?
I'll share the notes. They'll create the Google class. Once this is fixed, they create Google class. Once Google class is created, I'll add the notes to the Google class. Okay. Then every day you can go through that.
So you mean the recording one as well, yeah?
Today's link will be shared tomorrow. Okay, na? Then. So, and today's link will be shared tomorrow. See, this is so this is day 1 and day 2 links. Kalim, just can you type your question in chat box today, only today? Kalim, please contact admin. So is in chat box, his number is there. Please contact admin for any recordings like that. Okay. Okay, na? Then. Okay, then. Okay. Okay, then. Okay, guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.